Keeping the beat, always, 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 just beating on time, making sure that blood's going out through our whole system at all times. Seemingly independent of the stomach and the digestive organs, seemingly independent of the winds. So, okay, who's the conductor? And I got it. It's the brain. The brain is the conductor. The brain is controlling everything. The brain tells the stomach what to do. The brain tells you when to breathe. Because I know I don't think about it. It is not conscious, and we can all agree on that. We do not think about when we breathe, when we digest our food, how we digest our food, and we definitely, definitely do not tell our heart to beat 64-ish times a minute. So there's something going on with the brain. The brain is sending a message throughout the whole body to all the organs, telling it what to do, when to do it, how to do it. Well, that's cool. Okay, so it's the conductors telling musicians what to do. The brain, in the exact same way of looking at it, is telling the rest of the body what to do. So what? Well, then we look at health. We look at health and questions about what is health, and we see that the brain is telling everything what to do. So then the logical question is, what happens when things go wrong? Well, when things go wrong, what we like to look at is, oh, my stomach hurts, so let's look at the stomach. Or I've got asthma, I'm having trouble breathing, well, so let's look at the lungs. Or I've got an irregular heartbeat, so let's just take the heart out, whatever. But why? Why do we have these irregularities? Well, it's because there's a communication problem. If I asked you this question, I guarantee that I'm going to get the answer I'm looking for, and here it is. What is the key ingredient, the most successful ingredient in any relationship? Communication. Exactly the same thing as the human body. It's a communication loop. It's a signal from the brain to the rest of the body, back up to the brain, back down to the rest of the body, and so on, that runs the whole show. So if there's a problem, like in any relationship, like in anything, we're going to chalk it up to a lack of communication, or a problem in communication. And so I'm not going to look at the stomach, I'm not going to look at the lungs or the heart. I'm going to look at what's going on with the message. Why isn't the message getting through? And that's where I come in. I'm a doctor of chiropractic, and I haven't even told you that yet. Because it doesn't matter what kind of doctor I am, it's the approach that I have towards looking at the human body. And what I see is communication signals, back and forth, getting interrupted, getting interfered with. And I understand how and why that happens. And I'm going to share that with you. The human spine, magical piece of, let's call it divine architecture. It is designed to protect that very system that we're talking about, the nervous system. The nervous system is the brain and all of its connectors. That means that the brain turns into the spine here, which turns into the nerves here, but all that is just different ways of identifying the exact same thing. It's the nervous system. It's the communication wiring. It's how to get the message from point A to point B. And we get lost. We get that communication interrupted. The spine is organized with several bones on top of each other, designed to protect the cord that comes through it with the nerves coming out. And every once in a while, those nerves, or those bones, they'll get stuck, they'll get out of place, and they'll cause stress. When there's lack of motion, that stress can cause pain, it can cause inflammation, it can cause all sorts of things, but most importantly, it causes a disruption in that signal. So what you'll find when you have these problems with your stomach, your heart, your lungs, and anything else, and that's the key, anything, what I'm going to chalk it up to is a lack of communication. I'm going to find where those bones aren't moving, I'm going to find where the interference is, I'm going to release that interference, I'm going to watch as the body magically reintegrates itself and fixes the problem. What happens when you cut your finger? It heals. We know that. When you cut your finger, the body heals. That's because the finger gets the message from the brain and it heals it. If there's an interruption in that message system, the body will not heal that finger. And what I want to do is, I'm not interested so much in whether or not the finger heals, but I'm more interested in whether or not the finger is getting that message. Because I know that the body will heal it if it gets that message. That's what I do in my office. You come in, I look for these interferences, I find them, and I correct them. We have detailed analyses. We'll take an x-ray of your system, we'll do all sorts of tests, then I'll find out where, when, why, and how to adjust it, and we'll get rid of it. And that's what I want you to take home today. I want you to take home that the body does heal, that there is a new way, or at least it was for me, of looking at how the body handles itself. And I want you to be able to feel that this is a safe place where you can come in, learn, ask questions, and develop a community. If you have any questions, I'll be here. Other than that, thanks.